The Kings in overtime. Welcome to the postgame show here on If You Don't Like That. A tight game. The Kings get the benefit of a replay that went their way. Free throws ensued. They were able to take this game to overtime. It was a sloppy game. Sloppy. No other way to say it. Sloppy game for Sacramento. But they win it 121 to 118. Malik Monk going to the foul line, making a living at the foul line. And boy, did they need his free throws. He went there a lot. 19 times. He made 15 of them. And the Kings somehow, some way, figure out a way to win a game. Now, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here. I don't want to rain on the parade. But that's not an impressive win for Sacramento. The win is good, but the way they won is not that impressive. They beat a bad team tonight playing without many players, and they had to really get the benefit of a call. They missed a crucial traveling call on Sabonis in overtime, and they win it 128 to 118. Light the beam. All right? Yes. Go ahead and light the beam. Have fun lighting the beam, but make no mistake about it. This was a win, but it wasn't anything close to a thing of beauty.
2, 1, go.
Sacramento miscue. Carter, stolen by Williams. And look at this. Oh, you don't like that. You don't like NBA basketball.
Fox, goodbye. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. The exclamation point from De'Aaron Fox. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
Boy, that's an ESPN highlight right there. Whoa. Carlson comes in. How about this? Holy moly, Jim Bob Foley. That is a major league smush.
All right, Ryan and Sacktown here on YouTube. The Kings win it in overtime, 121 to 118. We're so happy to have you here talking about a win. The Kings snap a 3-game losing streak, and it went right down to the wire, buddy.
It did indeed. You know, it wasn't a pretty game by your Kings, but they got the job done. They lived to see another day with another dub and the beam lit.
Their turnovers in the fourth quarter and overtime are unacceptable, and Portland as well. I mean, that's got to get better. It's got to get better because your schedule now is going to get more difficult. You just got done with what you thought was the light part of your schedule. Now it's going to pick up again, beginning with Oklahoma City. So, you know, again, you'll take the win, yes, but you've got to play better than this against the Thunder coming up next. Again, I'm going to talk about the negatives, and then we'll get to the positives, okay?
Sure.
Keegan Murray, once again, invisible. Played 31 minutes. He was 4 of 17 and 1 of 6 from 3. Okay. And that's just puzzling to me how poorly he's shooting the basketball right now.
Grant, shooters are going to go through lulls, but I think the thing for Keegan is we talked about it a little bit. He's off balance. Jerry's talked about that, but he's also doing more on the offensive end. He's moving around more, cutting. He's working harder for his shot. Last year, he just had to spot up most of the time, but It's not just Keegan. Harrison Barnes needs to step up at that forward position as well.
All right. Hello from the Philippines, watching from Manila. We appreciate you being here. Jay says, I will take a ugly win over a well-executed loss. I would too.
Yep.
Especially when you've lost 3 in a row. But anyone that thinks that this team is playing well, they're not playing well. And don't let that, don't walk around with blinders on that, you know, everything's just going to be fine. Not playing like this, everything's not going to be fine. It's just not. We got Cancun checking in. Hello from Mexico. Hope you are there and on a nice holiday. And we're thrilled to have you here. Don't get us wrong. And it's nice to talk after a win, huh? 121 to 118. Because I can't even imagine the doom and gloom had the Kings not won this game, Ryan. I mean, can you imagine what this post game would be like? Wow.
Well, I think we got a little bit of we got a taste of it on the PSF app when it wasn't looking great for the Kings at times. But yeah, this was a huge win, and at least it gives the Kings something else to work with. They played some different combinations tonight. You get a win without Fox. that's a good thing in anybody's book.
All right, we got Eduardo watching from Chile. Thank you very much. We got Patrick, who's joining us from Mineola, Long Island. 121 to 118, and Malik Monk, absolutely huge with the free throws. Boy, did you need those tonight. 19 attempts, and he made 15 of them.
Grant, 19 attempts, that is huge for Malik Monk.
Sure
and
is.
it just speaks to the aggressiveness on his end. Jump shot wasn't falling, but also he ran that pick and roll so well tonight, and I'm glad Mike Brown kept going back to that well.
All right, again, the bench carried this game. The bench was huge. The bench was huge. It's a team game. You dress 13 guys for a reason. The bench was huge. Monk did not shoot the ball well from the floor. Didn't even make a three. He was only 4 of 16. But guess what? When you needed him to make free throws, he stepped up and he made free throws.
Yeah, Grant, I'm going to give you the stat line of a guy that didn't score a single point, but changed this game defensively in the second half for Mike Brown. That's Kessler
Edwards. Yeah.
Four rebounds for the Kings, but more importantly, the only guy that could somewhat stay in front of a Portland Trailblazer from the perimeter, had a couple big stops at the end of the game. So great to see him on the floor getting minutes.
I think that the Kings got a real break when Shaedon Sharpe fouled out in this game. That took away the other offensive threat along with Jeremy Grant. Grant's your threat, but then they really didn't have a second guy. Brogdon also only played 5 minutes. He got hurt. I mean, you think about this. Things lined up perfectly for Sacramento, and I give them credit. They took advantage of it. They didn't look great doing it, but they took advantage of it, and that's the key.
Hey, you got to win ugly at times. And again, without Fox, any dub is a big win, especially when you've been on a 3-game skid.
Appreciate the donation via the Super Chat. Thank you very much. And you said so many careless turnovers in both the fourth and overtime. Kings have a lot to fix. They do have a lot to fix. You're 100% correct. All right. And if they don't play better than this, when Oklahoma City comes in, they're not going to win.
Yes, indeed. This is going to be a hugely different game when Oklahoma City rolls into town here in a night or two.
Yeah. A lot of props for Kessler Edwards. Jeremy Grant knows about that. And that's a good message from you right there on the screen saying Jeremy Grant could not score against Edwards. Props for a reserve to be ready and play that role. 100% correct. That's what Ryan was just saying. He said that he's kind of a one of those guys that should get the game ball. I don't disagree with that. He was very effective.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you see the defensive player of the game chain on Kessler tonight. It would be well-deserved.
It sure was well-deserved, and they needed that, and they needed it big time. So the Kings win it in overtime, 121 to 118. And next up is Oklahoma City. We are so happy to have you here, particularly after a win, because we came on after a Warriors loss. We came on after 2 losses to the Rockets. So we're glad to have you with us. Hey, when you get a chance, go to CalusaSunrise.com and check out Blazona Development's current project going on in Calusa. It is Sunrise Landing, and the phase 1 is already sold out. They're on the phase 2 and phase 3. 6 models to choose from. No Mellorews, no homeowners at Sunrise Landing in Calusa. Go to that website, CalusaSunrise.com, and check it out for yourself. That's Sunrise Landing from Blazona Development. Grant and Ryan taking you right here on the post game. 121 to 118. Light the beam. The Kings get a much needed win to go to 3 wins and 4 losses.
Yes, indeed. Grant, we talked about Kessler Edwards having a really good impact on this team tonight. We can't leave out Alex Len. The Kings out-rebound the Blazers by 14 rebounds. Alex Len comes in, this, I believe, first significant minutes of the season. 10 points, 6 rebounds. Grant, how much did he change the offense for that second unit?
They were very valuable minutes, plain and simple. They were valuable minutes. And McGee didn't play. Vezenkov didn't play. And they won the game. That's all that really matters right now. You had to find a way to win this game, and they did that. Those were, I think, a very valuable 13 minutes for Alex Len. Absolutely. Yep. All right. 121, 118. Sacramento wins it in overtime. What's my take on Ellis getting the start at point? I like it. Davion Mitchell showed he's not a starting point guard. Have somebody else try to run the team. Now, he played 21 minutes. It's not like he scored. He didn't even have an assist. So I'm not ready to say he's the answer, but it was Mike Brown just trying to go to a different direction.
Well, the fact that he gave him 21 minutes without a point, without an assist, that speaks to, Mike Brown looking for that different look for the Kings, but also putting Monk and Mitchell together in the backcourt with that second unit freed up Davion a little bit to be off the ball and was able to hit some catch and shoot threes, which is a lot different than when you're bringing the ball up 24/7.
All right. Again, the Kings get the win 121-118. So happy to have you here on this post-game show. Hey, make sure you get to Bennett's in Rockland, their new restaurant, Bennett's West Side Grill. It is awesome. One of their 3 restaurants in our area. Just go to bennettsrestaurants.com. You can make a reservation, check out the menu. Don't forget about their weekend prime rib, their weekend brunch, 60 different types of wine available by the glass, prime seafood and steak at Bennett's. Go to Bennett's for their great happy hours too, with their appetizers and beverages. Bennett's, they're awesome. bennettsrestaurants.com for more information. 121-118, Sacramento gets the victory, and they'll take it. All right. Now they can figure out how to get better because they're playing a very good team on Oklahoma City. Yes, weekend prime rib, meaning that on the weekends, their specialty is the prime rib. All right. So you go there on the weekend and you can get prime rib. All right. You know why I'm happy? Because you're happy. That's why I'm happy. All right. Here is this message. Weekend prime rib is awesome at Bennett's. How come Sasha? Let's see here. Somebody said, how come Sasha is not playing? Here's Lydia. I'm hungry right now. I'm having hash browns and tortillas. Okay. Well, enjoy that.
All right.
Here is the answer. Sasha's not played well. That's why he didn't play tonight. Exactly right. He's probably going to be playing less when Trey Lyles comes back.
Yeah. Good job by you, Dirk. Good job by you.
Yeah. 121-118 as the Kings get the victory. I like the way Sabonis played in this game. 11 of 14, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. Had too many turnovers, 6. That's not good, but everything else was very good for him.
Yeah, it was. He came out from the start, was dominant, set the tone. I believe he had their first 6 or 8 points, Grant. And, he played well down low, passed the ball well. Yeah. Good. Almost another triple-double. How
about our man watching the game still in Serbia and watching the post-game show at 10 after 7 in the morning, right?
Different level. He doesn't even care about his neighbors, by the way.
Wow.
It's 6:20 in the morning, 7 in the morning. Yeah.
What do you want me to talk about with the turnovers? They were bad. They were many unforced, and you're not going to win against good teams turning the ball over like that. I talked about it a lot on the app, and I'm still talking about it. You're not going to win a lot of games with careless turnovers like that. You are just not. It is not going to happen. So, yes, it is a real problem and was a real problem tonight. And if they get sloppy with the ball against Oklahoma City, they're going to get blown off the floor. Again, hey, folks, you cannot play everyone. McGee didn't play because Alex Len played. All right. As Jerry Reynolds likes to say, it's not Little League Baseball where everyone gets to play 3 innings. All right. You're not going to get to play every night. That's why you have a bench.
Yeah. But if you missed the halftime show, Jerry did let us know that Trey Lyles is working his way into some minutes by not playing at all. So it's a Jerryism right there for you.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. You know what? I don't have a problem with Herter tonight. He took 1 bad shot from 3 in this game. Kevin Herter was much better. All right. Yeah. He made 4 of 9. I'll take that every game.
All right? He was so much more active. Cutting, spacing was great. Grant, are the free throws becoming too much of an issue for this team? Tonight they were 73%, 28 for 38.
You know what the issue is? The issue is that there are only 2 players that really got to the line tonight, Monk and Sabonis. I don't know how Harrison Barnes can play 36 minutes and not get a free throw to you. I don't know how Keegan Murray can play 31 minutes and not get to the line. That's the problem I have, are the players that are not getting to the free throw line. That's the problem I have.
Great point.
Light that beam, baby. Absolutely. Light the beam. Yes, light the beam. The other question, what's the timeline on Fox? I don't know. He's
Who knows?
technically day to day. We're all day to day, though, right?
Yeah, good point. Good
Yep,
point.
absolutely. We've had quite a day. We started at 4:00 this afternoon.
Partner, I have a new appreciation for what you did for 32 years. That was my first time going forward to the end of the game and doing a post game. So, whew.
And when you get done, you don't want to talk to anybody. So I used to be in the car after doing a radio show and a hectic game that went to overtime. And I would get in the car and I go, hey, I don't want to be rude, but I'm not talking for the 35-minute drive home. Why?
Fair.
Why? Because I've been talking since 3:00 this afternoon and I'm worn out and I can't do it right now. Okay, no problem. I understand. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
And I
it
wouldn't
was.
talk,
Is there any secret to you keeping your voice the way you did? You probably had to have a couple things up your sleeve.
I'll tell you, the radio show helped out me having a strong voice because your voice is just like anything else. You have to warm it up. You have to build up to it. And so that really helped me. And then I always, knock on wood, I was very healthy. I never missed one game in 32 years because I was sick. So I very rarely got colds, very rarely got a sore throat. And if there was an occasion where I had some congestion or whatever, I would go to a steam room and that helped me a lot. I would go to the steam room right before I went to work, and that actually helped a lot. And, took my cough drops and stuff like that to soothe my throat if that was an issue. But I got pretty lucky in 32 years. There were very, very few times where I had what you would call a raspy voice.
Wow. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. 121 to 118. And the Kings get the big win. And this is a big win. Jerry Reynolds today, if you weren't with us at 4:00, Jerry called this game a must win for the Sacramento Kings, which surprised me a little bit, but they got the win.
They got it. Time to move on to Oklahoma City. And maybe Mike Brown found some new things with the rotation. Even if it's situational, look for Kessler Edwards to maybe work his way into some more minutes.
Amen to that. Hey, folks, plumbing needs and repairs, make sure you check out New Works Plumbing. They've got a fix for you. Just go to sacserviceplumbing.com or call the number on your screen. And remember, they're available 24/7. So any issues, just go to sacserviceplumbing.com or call that number. New Works Plumbing, they've got a fix for you. Kings win it 121 to 118. So glad that you are joining us right here. How about this message, Rhino? Read this one. Would you please? I'm going to hand it over to you and make you Jerry Reynolds.
I picked 5 people to go to the work right after the game, and they will late. Huh. I will go to dream about OKC and Grant's voice doing play-by-play. Grant, a lot of people were happy just to hear your voice during the game. I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, happy to do it. I wasn't doing play-by-play because I was 40 seconds ahead of everybody else, and I couldn't do it because I didn't want to ruin it for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you had the timing perfect. Like somehow you knew the feed that you were on versus the feed we were on because it was perfect timing. So good job.
The one thing I don't want to do is spoil big plays for everybody. So I was trying my best to not give it away. I think I slipped up a few times, but I couldn't help it,
Yeah,
couldn't help it.
Get excited. Get excited.
Anita's telling me she's dealing with this as well. Yeah, she needs to find a steam room. It'll help you out a lot, Anita. So good luck with that. Anita's saying good stuff. I need to find a steam room. Voice has been hoarse from teaching for 2 weeks now.
That'll do it too.
Yep,
That'll
absolutely. Do it. Absolutely. 121, 118, the final. So happy to have everybody here on the chat line. We really appreciate your messages. And for those of you with your super chat donations, thank you very much. It means the world to us. And we are great. Grant was never day to day. Oh, yes. Yes, we're all day to day, my friend. We're all day to day. Don't ever think that you're not day to day. We're all day to day. Yes. No, I do not have any steam room stories like Charles Barkley. No. No.
Jordan, come on, Jordan.
How about them Rockets? They're playing very well.
Oh
you know?
boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blew
They
the
are.
Lakers out. Wow.
Yeah. I know this is shocking, but Anthony Davis didn't play. Spasms in his hip.
No.
I mean, the guy can barely make it to the shower in the mornings.
Hey, Anthony Davis, I got spasms in your hip for you, buddy. Come talk to me. Come on,
Yes.
man.
Yes. Like and subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate that. Oh, would I ever like to be in Belgrade with one of those phenomenal Serbian burgers right now? Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
What
Someone
makes
says,
a Serbian burger different than a regular burger?
I don't know, but it was the best burger I've ever had. And I told you the story with Scott Pollard. And yes, absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
indeed. I'll tell you, it was, and I've traveled around the world and
Yeah.
I've been very blessed and I've had a lot of good burgers, a lot of good cheeseburgers. I have never had anything like the cheeseburger that I had over in Belgrade. There we go.
Wow.
What is the
All right.
odds that I install a steam room in my house? I'll tell you what the odds are. The odds would be 0, not 3, 0. You want to know why? Because I don't have a house. So I would say the odds of that would be 0. But I do live in a very decent condo building that has a steam room so that I don't have to pay for it. The building pays for it. See, that's the way to do it.
No upkeep, just HOA. Love
That's
it.
exactly right. That's exactly right. Wow. There we go. All right. 121 to 118, the final. It's so awesome to have so many people here. All right.
Yep.
He's promising me burgers based on the wins when I come to Serbia. I may come back from Serbia like 300 pounds.
You can work it off in the sauna and the steam room.
Oh
There
my
you
God,
go.
you're freaking killing me over here. Wow. Man. It's so, it's so much more enjoyable to come on after a win. Everybody's in a good mood, even though
Yeah.
there are some real glaring things that you want to just pull your hair out. But I mean, at least this team competed tonight.
Yeah, they did. Grant, they played two of the worst games in Mike Brown's era, and they bounced back. They won on their home floor. Doesn't matter how they got it done. They got it done.
Come to Serbia, Grant. I was in Serbia for a week in 2007. It was one of the great weeks that I've had. And this summer, I was just over in Croatia and Montenegro. I could not make it to Serbia. I didn't have enough time. I wanted to go to Belgrade, but I will go to Belgrade on my next trip. Don't worry about it. I'll be there and I'll let you all know. We can all get together and we can have a good time. Lydia says, true, Grant. They did compete. That's the one thing they did. And that's something they did not do, in my opinion, in the last two games against Houston.
Yep. Grant, they had low times at times during the quarters or the end of the quarters, but just what Lid said, what you said, they competed. Great thing. Live on to see Oklahoma City.
I don't agree with this message, and I don't know what you're responding to, but you should care because the way the Kings played tonight is not going to beat good teams. All right, without De'Aaron Fox, you should care. Okay,
You're probably watching the wrong show, Matthew. Yep, if you don't care that the Kings won tonight, because most of the people in here, if you're not named Haunted Horse, were hanging on a string, seeing if the Kings would get.
No. He said, "I don't care." I don't know if I read that right. I thought he said, "Let's go back if I can find it." I think he was talking about some of the issues, and he was saying, "I don't care." The Kings won. Maybe I read that wrong. But if you again, I could be mistaken.
My bad.
Well, it could be my bad too. All right, 121 to 118. The Warriors lost to the Nuggets. Nuggets are without Jamal Murray for. Oh no, he did say, "I don't care." The Kings won. You're right. All right, Jamal Murray is out for the rest of this month, and that's a big win for Denver over Golden State at home without their dynamite point guard.
It is, but you still got the Joker on your side if you're Denver, and they've played without Jamal Murray in the past, and
yes, they have.
Denver's deep, so big win. The Warriors playing good basketball still this far into the season. And I say this far knowing we're less than a month.
Yeah, they're 6-3. Speaking of Joker, he ended up with only 35 points and only 13 rebounds. Yeah.
Slow night for him, huh?
Yep. Yep.
Boy, oh boy.
He's the real freaking deal. 108, 105. The Nuggets and the outscored. They were trailing going into the fourth, and the Nuggets outscored the Warriors by 5. So they were down by 2 entering the fourth quarter and ended up winning that game 108 to 105.
Nice. Hey, Grant, have you seen a guy that is so good on the court, but sometimes can seem like he could care less about basketball?
I love it.
It's either great balance or like, how do you get that done? But
I love it. I love his attitude.
Good for
I
him.
absolutely love it. I really do. All right. So Denver is 8-1. Dallas is 6-2. Minnesota wins. They're 5-2. Golden State loses. They're 6-3. Thunder win. They're 5-3. They've won 2 in a row. Houston won. They have now won 4 in a row. They're 4-3. Then Phoenix and New Orleans at 4-4, and Sacramento currently in 9th with the Clippers at 3-4.
Well, better than 2 and 5. So
yes,
you will take that. Long season, but it's got to start with Oklahoma City. And some of the problems we saw tonight, Grant, especially the straight line drives, you cannot allow that with SGA coming to town.
Oh boy, he might have 50 points if that happens.
Yeah, maybe even throw Kessler Edwards on him. I mean, Kessler seems like he can guard just about every position other than center.
They're gonna have to have someone guard him. So all right, so here are your next 3 games: Oklahoma City and Cleveland at home, and then you're at the Lakers. Those are your next 3 games: Oklahoma City Friday, Cleveland Monday, Lakers Wednesday.
Grant, it's the Kings. We thought they should have gone 3-0 against Houston 2 times and Portland. I could see them going 3-0 on that stretch against 3 much better teams. Maybe not much better if you're Houston.
I can't.
Playing well.
I can't see them going 3-0.
I can't.
I can't. Not without De'Aaron Fox. There's nothing that I've seen in this team in the last 4 games without Fox that makes me think that they can win the next 3 games. Nothing. There's nothing to me that I would lean on and say they can win 3 games in a row.
You're exactly right about nothing to lean on, but that's the Kings. That's what they have done for the longest time. So I think they're going to be a little bit more competitive than we think in the next 3.
Yes. Nick said 2-1. I'll take 2-1 right now in a heartbeat.
Where do we sign?
Yeah. So again, 121 and 118. It's been a lot of fun over on the app, Pro Sports Fans. We'll be doing that again on Friday for the Oklahoma City game, will we not?
Yes, we will. And thank you to everybody that showed up. You guys doubled the membership that was initially in there. Let's try to do that again for the Oklahoma City game.
Yeah, tell your family members, tell your friends, and let's have some fun on Friday. We had some fun today. It was great, starting with Jerry Reynolds at 4 o'clock, and then Ryan with the pregame. Jerry joined us at halftime, now the postgame, and the following a game on Pro Sports Fans. So really fun. I'll take the win, and this was a win that the Kings had to have, and so you can rest knowing that you're 3-4 instead of 2-5. But I don't gloss over things that are alarming to me, and this team's defense is very alarming to me, and they have not shown a lick of improvement defensively. Now, I know Ryan pointed out Kessler Edwards, but I'm looking at the total numbers and shooting percentages.
Yes.
And dribble drives. The dribble drives, Ryan, to me are number 1. That has to be fixed.
Yeah, it's been going on far too long. When you see Davion getting into the mix where he's not even guarding on the perimeter, it's a problem. And I don't know what you do to fix it, Grant, because you're not going to be a high seed in the playoffs if you're letting teams shoot in the 40s and 50 percentiles every night. It's not going to happen.
All right, this individual wants to know if I talked about the positives that he listed here. And the answer to that question is, yes, I have talked about all those positives. I did single out Domantas Sabonis, okay? Mm-hmm. He wanted to know, or she, if I talked about his near triple-double. Yes, I read his stats. Mm-hmm. Yes, I did point out that Kevin Huerter shot the ball well from 3. I did point out the good bench performances that stood out. So, yes, you may not have joined us at the beginning of the stream or in the middle of the stream, but I pointed out all of those things. So yes, just so you know, I point out both the good things and the bad things, but I don't gloss over the bad things just because you're all Kings fans and the Kings won. I've never been like that in all my years of being in broadcasting. I am alarmed with what I'm seeing from Sacramento. Okay. If you think that everything's just fine and dandy because the Kings won, everything is not fine and dandy. Okay. Everything's not fine and dandy with Keegan Murray. Everything's not fine and dandy with Harrison Barnes. Okay. You still don't have Fox. You don't have Trey Lyles. Okay. You have a very good team coming in on Friday in Oklahoma City and a respectable team after that in Cleveland. And then you got to go to LA. So if you think just because you beat a bad team in overtime that your problems are flushed down the toilet, they're not. If anything else, to me, the problems were magnified tonight because you were at home on a 3-game losing streak and you barely won the game. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, to a undermanned Portland team. Karf usually looks at the positives. I don't think he meant anything bad there, but yeah, we got to look at the bad stuff. And let's throw in the coaching. Grant, you brought up a great point on the PSF app. The Kings only had one timeout left going into the stretch, and that could have been a huge issue had they needed to advance the ball.
Yeah, amen to that. It could have been. And fortunately, it was not. They got a real key reversal on that Malik Monk offensive foul that they turned to a block and he made 2 free throws. If not for that, the Kings probably lose this game.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So there you have it. All right, 121 to 118. Ryan, it's been a busy day, a fun one, and I appreciate you. And thanks for all your work.
Of course. Thanks, Napes. It's been a fun one, too. Have a great night. Go Kings.
All right. And thank you very much for everything and joining us right here on If You Don't Like That. We'll do it all again on Wednesday right here. Hey, good morning in Serbia. Good night. Good morning over in Manila and wherever else in Chile. Same thing, get some rest. And we'll look forward to talking to you coming up. Kings win. Like the beam. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. Oh, boy.